Do you think his status could be affected at all by the readiness of Jett Luchanko? I very, very much doubt Luchanko is going to make this team this year.
Yeah,
that would be quite a surprise.
It would be a big surprise.
If he has a huge year in juniors, he's the guy who they thought he was, 90, 100 points, because his teammates are a little better around, whatever. He's just that good. Goes to World Juniors, one of the best players there, like whatever. Mm-hmm. Do you think they just go, yeah, all right, that's it with Morgan? Like, do you think one could affect the other?
I'm skeptical. I'm not saying it's impossible, because we did see them do something similar when, and in no way, shape, or form am I saying these two are equivalent, both in terms of their pre-draft outlook and their post-draft outcomes. But we saw them do this with Nolan Patrick, where they drafted Nolan Patrick, and then the same day they drafted Nolan Patrick, they traded away Braden Shen. Yes. And one of the justifications for that trade was Nolan Patrick's going to make this team, and we're going to clear up a spot at center so that Nolan Patrick has a clear spot in the top 9 from day one. So I'm not saying that it's impossible. What I am saying is that I think there's a very real world where both Jett Luchanko and Morgan Frost are part of the long-term future. I don't think it's an either or. I think you can work it where you have both of them in your middle six, where Morgan Frost is the 2C-A and Jett Luchanko is the 2C-B as he develops. I don't think you have to trade Morgan Frost if Jett Luchanko develops well. However, could I see them be more willing to trade Morgan Frost if they feel like Jett Luchanko is a lock to make the team to start the 2025-2026 season? And we're talking about like next offseason.
Yes.
Not during the season, next offseason.
Yeah.
Could I see it? Yeah. It's a variable. It plays a role in your thinking. But I don't think it is well, we have Jett, so now we can trade Morgan. I don't think it's that simple.
Okay. Because maybe it's just my pessimism. I just don't see a world where Morgan Frost is part of the long-term future of this team.
See, I have a feeling like the idea of we're having this debate until the end of the decade.
Yes.
Morgan Frost will be 29 years old, and we will be saying, is he part of the future? I don't know.
He is absolutely the next Scott Lawton. And so there's a reason Scott Lawton's not on this list of because I'm done with this. He's never getting traded. Scott Lawton is going to break the all-time games played record for this team. He's going to play till he's 37 and be Mr. Flyer.
Mr. Flyer.
Like, that's what's going to happen
He
with
would
Scott
love
Lawton.
that outcome.
It's what's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Like, barring major injury, he's never going anywhere. We already talked about Johansson a little bit. It's just like, all right, we'll see.
That's just, we're going to see how that plays out. I think Elliot Friedman has talked about it a bit on 32 Thoughts, the new Jeff Marickless 32 Thoughts.
It's going to take some getting used to.
Basically, that we're going to see how this plays out, and everyone in the business side of the hockey world is keeping a very, very close eye on this, because everyone, the player side and the agent side in particular is terrified of the NHL setting a precedent that teams can terminate contracts for a material breach. They're terrified of that precedent being set. The Flyers apparently at least have the tacit backing of the NHL to potentially go this route. Maybe that leverage allows the Flyers to wiggle out of this contract in some way, shape, or form.
Frost and Cates in contract years. We'll see how those things work out.
Cates, I'm expecting Noah Cates to have a bounce back year, at least scoring-wise.
Really
His underlying 5-on-5 metrics last year were still fantastic, especially over the final maybe month and a half of the season when he was on that fourth line. Really put up great metrics.
Nick Delorier came out of the lineup.
Yeah. He put up great metrics. So I think there's still something there.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much offense is there, but I am expecting him to score more than he did last season, to be sure.
We all silly like the mayor.